I just got a video request from Jerry0206 1971, and he asks, "Bro, can you do a video of 45 cal 1911 A2 FSPS assembly disassembly, please?" Sure, I'd be glad to help, so let's get to it. This is a 1911 A2, or also known as a 1911 with a high capacity frame. This disassembly and reassembly video will apply to Arms Corps, Rock Island Armory, Para Ordnance, Llama, and similar types of 1911s. This one in particular is a 9mm, but this video will also apply for 45 ACP, 40 Smith & Wesson, even 38 Super, because these 1911s disassemble very similarly. So first, let's do a safety check. Let's remove the magazine and check. So I will lock and visually inspect and see that there's nothing in the chamber. Okay. When disassembling the 1911 A2, it's advisable, or any 1911 for that matter, it's advisable to have the hammer down so it's easier to manipulate the slide. There won't be as much resistance with that hammer, the hammer spring pushing. So what I would like to do is to put the safety on so that the slide would not move unnecessarily when removing the reverse plug, which is the first step. You do not need to engage the safety if you want, but this is just my tip for those who want to disassemble it with a little more stability. Now, you gotta push down on this plug. If you have a hard time because your recoil spring is strong, you can use a coin. Maybe that would help. Or a plastic object like a pen to push down, since this will not scratch the metal. Now, personally, I prefer to disassemble without using any tools as much as possible, so let's push down on this one with using your finger, and let's set aside this bushing to, if you're facing at it, to the left. Okay, we pull this recoil, the reverse plug out, set it aside. We can put the safety off, push the slide back where we have the disassembly notch just above the slide stop's notch here, the tip. The slide stop, the disassembly notch is right behind the slide stop catch notch, so you could see that little half moon shaped thing there. Now we push it from the other side, and we can just pull out this slide stop, which acts as a retaining pin as well. Let's set that aside. Now we can move the slide forward and take it off from the frame. We can pull out the recoil spring with a recoil spring guide. And then we can remove the barrel, first by removing this bushing from left. Let's turn it to the right, and it should just pull right out. To remove the barrel, push the link forward so that it doesn't catch or snag on the slide. So from here we just push that forward, and then we can push down on the barrel's chamber area so it's loose from the lugs. We pull it out. So there, avoiding the snag. Barrel's out, and we have our disassembled 1911 A2, or the high capacity. Now for reassembly, let's go again. So From the reverse order, we get the slide. We put in the barrel. From the front, put that link up. We get the bushing next. I keep forgetting this whenever I reassemble. So we put it in again from the right, or the low right, and we swing it so it locks here, it's not gonna get out. We put in the recoil spring and the guide with this, the hooks, or the teeth you could say, facing down on the barrel, because that's where it rides on. And then we put this onto the frame. I'd like to hold the recoil spring and guide with my thumb, because that thing is gonna move around and it's gonna snag on the lower part of the frame. So we push that in, line up that disassembly notch again over here, and this is the trickiest part. You have to align the barrel and the link so that you see that hole. There you go. If it's not in exactly, you gotta look from here, that's not aligned. There you see the link's hole, because this slide stop pin is gonna go through the link's hole and hold that barrel in place, as you can see. We slide this up while trying to avoid scratching any metal from the frame. Once it's in and secure, let's just push that back in. I like to engage the safety so the slide doesn't move around, doesn't play around. And then we put the reverse plug back in here. Now this thing can shoot out, so you gotta be careful. Let's push that in securely. And you're reassembled.